Hello to all of you out there. This is me, Pavel Sanders, coming to you today to drop a few words of encouragement for everybody out there that is probably going through some struggles, going through some differences, going through some changes. I just want to drop in here to say I know what it is to go through those differences, changes, problems, struggles, you name it, all right? But definitely you got to be able to get to a point to realize, that you have the power to change it, all right? You've seen a lot of my videos going into process of talking about change, and I'm able to go through that process is because I am a person myself that has passed through a process of change, all right? And I've been through many deep challenges. You will see that as we go along, as I share a lot of my story with a lot of you, all right? I'm doing this even though the fact that I'm a person that I'm really a person that is what you would call private. I'm a very private person, so I'm not a person that always just push my life out there, all right? And I'm not in details in the way that I built, all right? So you will see a lot of those videos being dropped, but there's a lot of it will be more of just to show you that I have passed myself through a process, and the information that I share to you does have some base. It isn't to tell you to be like me, it's to be yourself. This is what everything that I give you will be all about. Everything that I share out will be all about. It's for you to find your own identity and start to develop it and become your full self. Developing to the point of where you get your full potential and you free your mind and you become to a point of where you could allow it to flow the way that it needs to flow, all right? And this was all of this stuff that I'm putting out there is going to be about, all right? So get it back on track. He was talking about the fact of pumping the right information in your mind, and I showed you where as I shared I read a book called As a Man Thinketh. That was the first book that I read that started me on my way. I read many books and I went through many books, but I will share a lot of those books with you. But As a Man Thinketh is a good place to start. It's a soft or warm place to start, all right? Because a lot of the books that you go through, you have to be mentally developed in order to process the information in some ways. And I think as many of you who will go through this will understand it as you go through it, all right? So As a Man Thinketh was a good warm place for me to start. It wasn't too heavy, it was just right, all right? And I started to read that. I went and it really did a thing to me, whereas it sent me through a spiral of thoughts, all right? And different kind of thoughts, understanding the process that I have the power of, creating the life that I want and so forth. It took me years to develop to the point that I am now. I didn't just pop here, all right? I started this process maybe about 5 years ago, all right? And many of you mightn't take 5 years. This is why I said that your life could be different from mine. It's just that I had challenges that was heavy for me that really had to battle through, all right? And it mightn't have been heavy to you. It could be easier to you. You probably would have handled it different. So the process didn't have to be that long, possibly, all right? But it took me about 5 years to get to where I'm at today with everything that I'm, coming to. Yeah, I went to points of where I was able to have the information, but to actually understand the information took me a very long time. All right, so I got here. I'm here. And like I said to you, it's all about the information that you put in. And going back to where we talked about, As a Man Thinketh, that particular book is something that will definitely help you as you go through your steps. It will give you some understanding, or if you don't want to read that particular book, then I suggest that you start to understand and know in order to develop the life that it is that you want to live, you have to make changes in the process of things. It will not happen into that same cycle if it hasn't happened already, unless it is a process that you're going through towards something, all right? But if that position of things that you're doing in that cycle is not productive, then you have to understand that as well and start to see this is what that is about. It's for you to grow. It's for you to extend yourself, all right? And information is the first place to start to do that. Putting in the right stuff. What are you putting in your mind? What are you watching on TV? What are you listening to as far as music? Is all of it just a bunch of stuff that doesn't help you in any way? Then you have to understand that. That's your time that you're investing. All of these things you have to take into account. As you go through your process, you have to make sense of this stuff. All right? So I thank you all again. This is me, Pavel Sanders, coming to you on this beautiful, beautiful Sunday morning just to throw this out there real briefly and hopefully hope that this inspires somebody. Like I said to you, if you found anything that I share on my page helpful, then I would like you to like it, share it with a friend. If you haven't liked my page already, just go ahead, share some love on it. I'd greatly appreciate it. I do appreciate all of you that has shown some support, and definitely I hope this does be that general help to many. So as many as this can, I would like it to, because if I had this information at a younger point in my life, I would have been further ahead, or I wouldn't have done a lot of things that I did. All right, and this is what encourages me to continuously share the information. All right, so I thank you all again. Pavel Sanders. Have a blessed Sunday.